We'll keep an eye on the Mercedes though as well, as they're doing a toe down the back straight. Can Glass jump into that top 4? No, he can't. He's found the wall, as Glass has gone round. Lucky his front wing isn't made of glass. He's only managed to lose the end plate, which English is actually going to finish his lap now. It doesn't look like he's going to improve, as CGM gets disqualified from the session. He just couldn't get the car moving in time. As JB goes fastest, Bosmius pulls a 26.6, and Koida comes line, only managed to 26.8. Brewdog to the line. Does he have any response to the current pull stairs? No, it's only a 26.7. It's going to see him P2. Bosmius out of nowhere in the Williams takes that pole position for the sprint race. We'll see whether Bosmius can get that good getaway. It's 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. The Alpine's got an awful getaway. He actually gets contact from the Haas. Tedhead runs back into the back of Brewdog. Horrid start for the Alpine. Little bit of ghosting there early on, as I believe his car has gone round there. As Grizzly Bear, it's a nightmare for P2 in the championship. There's a couple cars looking for that overtake in turn 4, thinking better of it. It's a very tricky section to try and go for overtakes, but that is not stopping Ernala in the Aston Martin. He's trying to make moves, doesn't quite make it work, as it is all going up and up ahead. We've got English getting the overtake on Brewdog. Brewdog with nightmare start down to P7, and that's not what the championship leader needed to start this race. An absolutely horrid getaway. I think he's driving the 2026 Red Bull, not the Alpine. As now, the first main overtaking opportunity JB's going to get with the DRS, that extra 10 kilometers an hour, getting the rear wing open. It's not the Macarena rear wing, but it works pretty well. As on the outside, he's going to claim the racing line for turn 27. Bosmius has a little look, a half look on the inside, not quite able to make it work between this Ferrari and Williams. Look for battles behind. The Alpine of Tolu going side by side with Tony through the tricky S section. It's not very often you say that or see that, but what a move from the V-Carb driver, as we have AVI going off behind. It's got that guy leaving vulnerable to Ernala in the Aston here and in the feature race. JB hugs the inside. He knows he can't really fight it. Is English going to be able to get through though? He looks to the outside. Can he get the move done? JB late on the brakes, but English not backing out. Switches towards the inside. JB a little bit of a wobble, but he does get the better exit. They're all good. No, JB's not going to jump into the pits, but the other 3 are. But Brewdog just hasn't really got the battery. Bosmius now, down towards turn 27. He's going to look to pick the outside. As Brewdog late in the inside. As a kamikaze dive bomb from the Alpine, from the championship leader. What on earth is he doing? As JB says thank you very much, he picks up the 2 positions. He'll be happy enough with that. Can he make it free? He's not quite got the run. He sits behind. JB is burning. Tedhead is going to have a look on the inside this time. Down the inside of 27, but Koi's not giving it up easily. He's going to try and get the run on the outside, and he does. He gets the better exit on the racing line. Manages to avoid the marbles, but Tedhead's not going to give it up. He's on the inside with the DRS, down towards turn 1, and he gets the move done. That is the race lead for Tedhead in the Haas. I believe Tolu gets the position there, as Grizzly Bear and Avi into turn 4. That is not an overtaking opportunity, but Avi is making it one. He tries to get the move done, but Grizzly Bear keeps the position, but that's going to cost them time as they drop the DRS now from Tony Lewis. Tolu and Glass swapping positions. I think Glass might have had a little bit of an adventure into the runoff. Ernala and James not quite able to stop the Aston from steaming up the inside. Is he going to get any gains? Tedhead going to go to the outside of Koi, who's going defensive. Is he going to look for that switchback though? He is going to try and switch back towards turn 4. He's not quite got the run on exit. JB had a little look, but he's not able to fit his front wing up there in time. As Tedhead has gone off, that's going to allow JB to go around the outside into the SS, gets him the inside for this next one, but the outside again, and Tedhead just able to carry a bit more speed and reclaim that position. 8 tenths now is the gap between himself and Koi. JB's going to have a look on Tedhead, as in the turn 1 claims that inside line. He's later on the brakes, forces Tedhead the long way round, as he's going to look to the inside. He's going to get the move done on Brewdog and up into P7. He's going to get that position on his V-Carb teammate as well. As actually Brewdog coming back around the outside, he's not letting it go without a fight. and in the turn 4 reclaims that position. Koi gets the better exit though, but JB's going to dump everything. He's going to get that extra 10 kilometers an hour of the DRS. Tony Lewis picks up a 3 second, but they're down towards turn 27. Can JB make enough gains? He's going to go for it on the inside, late on the brakes. He's not quite able to make it work, but he is going to get one last chance on the exit of turn 27. He is burning everything, and to the line, Koi takes that P1. He takes sprint victory here in Saturday. Tony Lewis gets the position there. It's a photo finish between himself and Brewdog. Tony come through P9. Avilash picks up P10. Dodo and Anala 10 or 11 and 12. James 13, Alf 14, Glass in P15. He's going to lose that position to Grizzly Bear in the Cyber. So we get down to the grid now. Koi's going to be leading this way. It's 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Koi gets decent getaway, but Josh also getting a good getaway there on the inside. And he's going to claim that lead into turn 1. Koi's going to be under pressure from the Haas the inside. A little bit of ghosting. Again, it's the decent on start with these games. But GB picking up that race lead early on. There's chaos behind in the turn 4, side by side. That's AVI on the inside of Tony Lewis. There's contact behind. I think it's Alf and Tolu have gone round. Or Tolu and James. Actually, there's 4 cars have gone round. What? If I disconnected? Koi getting back under second. He's breaking that DRS though to Ted Head. You can see the DRS train ended quite early on. English going to look to the inside of Bosmius on turn 1. Late on the brakes, but is it late enough? Bosmius going round the outside, and he just about keeps up with his speed. English going to go for the switchback though. On the exit up towards turn 4 on the outside, but he still, Bosmius has to concede. What a move from the Haas driver that Raven West engineer and JB will also be managing race. As Koi down the inside in the turn 1 gets the move done, easily done through that quarter. On the inside of 27, is Ted Head going to have a look as well though. Down the inside, late on the brakes. He's got Koi on the outside on the racing line, trying to get that better run, but he's not going to get it. Ted Head claims the position. Is Koi going to come back at him down towards turn 1, getting that rear wing open? Ted Head could have a look for the lead here as he gets a little bit of a half look on JB, but nothing going for him here. As we do have Dodo is going to go for the move. It's a late send, and it's a great send from Dodo. They don't call the Italian kamikaze for nothing. What a move on Liam 70 V3. As Lee Dong Dong there under pressure from Mini Walker. He gets moved on into turn 4. Lee Dong having to concede a little bit of a snap there. Not having any of it. Is this going to invite Koi into the fray? As a big snap there for Ted Head on the exit of 27. That's going to leave him vulnerable to the Red Bull. He says thank you very much. Tries to take that P2, but Ted Head with the higher top speed comes back on the inside. And he's going to keep that P2. But JB actually loses out to Ted Head. As JB has come out in the traffic, so Avi Tiro and Koi in the turn 4. JB keeps the position on Koi. And Ted Head's got about a 2.2 second deficit. So the undercut working out massively in Ted Head's favour. And Avi Tiro, seemingly out of nowhere, has managed to get in the net P2. Where's that come from then? 15 laps, and I can't really see that happening. JB though on the inside of Tyrrell. He has look. Is he going to be able to get the run on the exit 27 towards turn 1? You need to try and cut down that 2.3 second gap that he has to Ted Head. Grizzly Bear retires in the pits as JB picks up the position on Tyrrell before we get under braking and put himself under pressure from Bosmius now. Down towards turn 27. Bosmius going to take the outside line. Brewdog going defensive. Can he be there on the brakes though? Down the inside. Bosmius still hanging it round the outside though. He's getting squeezed towards the wall. It's hard but legal from the Alpine driver. But he is going to dive into the pit lane. Work this time round. JB back into the DRS. And that's Dodo's out. That's a different kind of kamikaze. Not a kamikaze move, just a kamikaze into the wall for the Italian driver. He must have just got a bit loose on the exit turn. Actually, no, he must have clipped turn 4 on the inside, just based on where that car is, as VSC is ending. As Tiro gets a monster VSC start, picks up P2, and now he's going to have his sights set on the race lead. Tiro, from seemingly nowhere in the sprint, is in contention for this race win. Avi with a bit more top end speed compared to that Ferrari setup. Oh, a little bit of a lock up there from JB, almost in the back of the McLaren, but he recovers it well. Koi and English now battling behind as English on the inside for turn 4. The ideal line, but Koi is still not going to give it up. He does eventually have to tuck in behind. Got Lee Dog and Mini Walker battling into turn 1 as well. Yeah, no, that was Koi and English battling. As English takes the venture on the skateboard curb as Tyrrell starts to burn a little bit just to keep position on JB. Doesn't really seem to be pushing for a position. JB all over the rear, little bit of contact there. And that's going to hinder his exit. He gets a little bit loosey-goosey, bit of a slide on the rear. But towards turn 1, are we going to see any changes in position with the top 3? Tedhead goes defensive. JB on the inside, a huge send from the fry. He hits Tyrrell. Tyrrell goes off. As Hamilton Verstappen all over again. Tyrrell gets 3 seconds, but I imagine that is going to get removed. Gets the illegal overtake as well. I think the McLaren's trying to manage the race from where he is rather than pushing to get that race lead. As JB on the inside of 27, it is lit on the brakes. It's clean this time, and he gets the exit on the inside. Tyrrell's going to come back at him though. And we do have a Merc has gone round, but down towards turn 1, Tyrrell with the higher top speed is going to reclaim that P2. And JB just has to slot back in behind. As we've got yells against Glass retiring in the pits this time. Oh, and Ted has gone round. He's gone round. He spun on the exit at turn 12. And finally, we see a change in lead. This time it's Tyrrell and JB on their own to battle it out for 4 laps. Potentially going to wait for the final lap or a better opportunity to overtake. Or not. JB up the inside of 27. Claims that race lead. Tyrrell's going to switch back to the inside. Try and get that better exit on the run to turn 1. Burning the battery. Tyrrell's going to get that DRS. That's going to give him the extra 10 kilometers an hour to take the outside line. Down towards turn 1. He's going to try and claim that race line. He reclaims that race lead from JB. Bosby is behind, having a half look on Tedhead. But Tedhead maintains that P3 for now for P14 because he's crashed in the final 2 laps. But as Tyrrell now under pressure from JB, who takes the long way around, claims the position before turn 27. Once again, he's going to have to fend off that McLaren as we come down towards turn 1 for the penultimate time. The Ferrari burning, McLaren also burning. The extra 10 kilometers an hour goes in the McLaren's favour. JB goes defensive, takes the inside line. Tyrrell forced to go the long way around. As he go for a switchback on turn 2 though and get the run down towards turn 4. Not quite able to make it work. Bosbase gets that P3. He claims that final podium position. 4 attempts on exit, not quite the run he would have hoped for. He has already got a lot of battery, but he is going to have that 10 kilometer advantage from the DRS. Down towards turn 27, he goes towards the outside, takes the position on Tyrrell. He has a half look in the inside, but thinks better of it. He's going to try and sit behind, go for the move on turn 1, gets the better exit on turn 27. He's going to take that inside line down towards turn 1 for P2. Tyrrell keeps the position as 1.3 seconds, 1.2 the gap between JB. As JB comes to take turn 27 for the penultimate time, we're going to have to keep it on board with Bosbase, who goes to the outside, tries to claim that P2 on the final lap. Is going to get a better run though. He cuts to the inside, burns to the line, but it's not quite going to work as JB takes the race win at Saturday. AVI takes that P2 from Bosmace in P3. Tedhead's going to be P4 with Tyrrell getting that penalty removal after the race. English P5, Koi 6, Saki 7, Mini Walker in P8, Tolu P9, Lee Doggy Dog comes through for P10, Ernala 11, James 12, and Alf rounds us off in P13.